This back pot is doing so much better, it's great. Oh look, a helmet. This back pot is amazing how good this is doing. Now I took a bunch of these out. There's quite a few of these. All right, I'm going to seed the front pot with these, with a bunch of these little ones here. Oh, got to point the camera down. I'm going to seed the front pot with a bunch of these little ones. And yeah, this water's so clear and it looks beautiful, you know, but also we don't have the sunlight in the back that we do in the front. Okay, this is MJ here in the studio, and let me tell you what I'm doing in the front pot. I'm taking out the water lettuce. You can see they have massive roots, and it's not just a single plant, it's a central plant, and it has satellites all around that will eventually break off. So there's a lot of them in here. They've turned yellow because of sun stress and maybe because of nutrient buildup. I'm not really sure. I want to put them in the back pot because the back pot's in great shape. It doesn't get as much sun, and I want these guys to heal a little bit. In fact, later you'll see that I'm going to replace them with the water lettuce in the back pot, in the rear pot. Right now what I'm doing is I'm scraping out the gelatinous bubble nests that the males have made. Regardless of whether a female chooses to mate with them, they'll make bubble nests and they'll defend them for a while, but then eventually they abandon them. And so there are 3 different separate bubble nests here, so I've got a lot of male activity going on, and later I'm going to trade one of the males in the front for a female in the back, but after today I think I'm going to do 2 more because I have an abundance of males in the front pot. There's also some gelatinous biomass, kind of mid-depth, that I'm scooping out, and some of it settles and some of it comes up, and you'll see later I'm going to do a water addition and a little bit of water replacement, so you'll see some more of that later. Anyway, I wasn't using any microphone on the action camera, and I kind of foolishly thought that maybe it would pick up my voice, but what I just did just now was I just picked up a male, and I actually stopped to make sure it's a male, and yep, it's a male. So I'm going to take him and put him in the rear pot, and I'm going to grab a female and put her in the front pot later. Okay, now we're 4 times speed here to show you this. I'm just replacing some water, and I'm scooping out the masses and some of the debris that I don't want in there. And you can see the plants floating. I have some plants that are just strictly for oxygenation, and they look kind of yellow because they haven't been receiving the sun. They've been blocked out by the roots of the water lettuce. You can also see that under the rim I've drilled a couple holes. That's because when it rains hard here, it does fill the pots up, and I don't want anything to spill out over the rim, you know, unless I'm there. When I'm doing maintenance, it's okay because I can watch if the fish gets close to the edge. Now I'm grabbing some of the water lettuce and replacing it with the ones in the back, taking them in the back, putting them in the back pot, bringing those into the front pot. Okay, now we're all set.
The next day.
All right, now there's a lot of debris that's floating around. I disturbed quite a bit when I put, that's my hand there, you know, when I put the camera in, you can see, but the water itself is clean and it doesn't smell. It has really no smell at all. It's nice, and the fish seem happy. You can see some of the fecal material from the bottom that I kind of stirred up. I have a medium down on the bottom that forms a biofilter, and so the bacteria can grow, but if you disturb it, it does kind of go up, you know. So I'm just going along and filming things. But then something really amazing happened. I photographed a baby fish. Look at that. So one of those bubble nests was actually successful, and I had a breeding pair. Let's watch this again in slow motion. That is a baby fish. Fortunately, it's large enough that it's not being viewed as food, but I am feeding the fish. on a daily basis now to keep their interest lower so they don't look at that fish as prey in case they get a little extra hungry.